Mic check, mic check. Mic check.
God, I'm old. I can't even see without my.
All right, all right, all right. We are back and we are ready to roll. My name is Mike Redman. I am here with Purple Punch Productions, and we are ready for match number 3 as we are already underway. Mike Scarborough versus Chuck Puleo. And I have joining me in the booth the one, the only, the great, one of the Arizona Dart legends, Mr. John Gray. John, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. How are you doing? I'm glad to be here.
Awesome, awesome. I am doing really well as we get to see a bunch of really good darts today. So yeah, I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you stepping in to do a match with me. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, John, is obviously, as you know, is Chucky. Chucky looks at 121. He's go triple 20 bull, double 18 for match number 1. That's a great shot there from Chuck, averaging 46.73. But John, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, if you could just share a couple stories. Obviously, we know Mr. Bates is going through a rough time right now. If you want to share a couple stories, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I played with Mike for a long time in a lot of different tournaments. And we went to the Vegas Open. He always sponsored Team NDA. He always sponsored Team USA up there. And I played with Mike and just about everyone that we played in. We had a lot of great times. There's too many stories to tell because I always stayed with Mike and it was a fun time always.
Awesome. Yeah, it's good to hear. It's good to hear. We tried to get as many people on as we could to share stories and stuff like that. So it's definitely good to hear from you. It's definitely glad to have you in the booth with us as we got Chucky Pipes coming to the board. Mike Scarborough starting off with the big 4 mark there. So see what Chuck delivers a 5. Do you are you still playing anymore, John?
I stopped playing in 2020, right when everybody was getting sick. We stepped out, and I haven't been back yet. But I plan on coming back as soon as my knee surgery is over.
Okay, awesome. That's good to hear. Yeah, I definitely remember when I first moved here. I definitely remember Mike Carter saying, "Man, that John Gray guy, he's a beast." And I remember you playing the first Arizona Open. I remember watching you play Adam Savetta, and Adam was just on a mission that day. But I remember watching. I'm like, man, John is a beast, man.
But Adam taught me a lesson because he hit a perfect 8 darter, and I was like, really? What was that?
I sat tableside for that. I definitely remember that 8 darter that he threw. And he did. He threw it and walked away, shook hands, and he just like it was his job, man. It was pretty crazy to watch. So, but
he's been on fire since that, I see.
Yeah, not much has changed with Adam. He's still that good. So, but yeah, it's good to see you back in the game. Good to see you back hanging out with us and enjoying some good darts. Mike
Thanks. I'll be back definitely.
For sure. Mike Scarborough hitting a big 7 mark there. Putting a little distance between him and Chuck. What was the last tournament you played in, John?
I actually just played 40 at the 44. It's right across from my house. I decided to walk in. My card still says I'm a 17, and I haven't played forever. So I was like, oh God. And I ended up winning it, and I couldn't miss. So I was like, okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't been to the 44 in a while, but it's another one of those really good dart bars that we have here in Phoenix. We got a ton of them, as you know. You've been playing it for a really long time, so.
I think about the best story about Mike Bates. When we were in the NDA, we were afterwards the Germans were giving us a hard time. Mike went over and grabbed the beer where the beer tubs are. He picked it up with all his might, brought it over to the table, put it down, told the Germans, it's on us. We walked out. They came in to see what happened to the beer tub. We told them the Germans took it. And they went over and called security, and they were going to get in trouble. But Mike stepped in and said, we're only playing with him. We're only playing with him. That had to be a best time.
Yeah, he's a jokester for sure. Yeah, that's a good story. I like that a lot.
That was a good way to get rid of the Germans. The whole team in one shot.
Oh, that's awesome. As Mike Scarborough gets a leg on the board there, making it a 1-1 leg. Chuck Puleo starting out with a nice 7 mark there. Oh, that's awesome. That is funny.
Chuck is definitely filling his Cheerios here.
Yeah, Chucky's been playing really, really well for a really long time. He was one of the big names when I first moved out here. He was one of the names that everybody said, you really got to keep an eye on this guy because he's really talented and really good. Mikey Scarborough with the big close first shot. We all know his strategy. All right, so interesting shot here from Mike, up 3 points, down 2 numbers. Let's see how he attacks this, John.
Good shot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no better way to attack it than throw a white horse, right?
That was a very different strategy that I've seen, but that's Mikey.
Yeah, he likes, he's got that different strategy down pat, right?
I played with Mikey before. I gave him a 5. I hit trip 5, 2 bulls, and gave him 5 bulls to win it. And I said, I'll give that to anybody. And I found out don't give that to anybody because he hit it. He beat me for Arizona Open.
Yeah, he's playing really well. He's doing a lot of good things for darts in Arizona. Chuck delivers a big fireball there. That's what we call 9 marks and 180s around here. We call them fireballs. So that's a big fireball there from Chucky Pipes, and followed by a big 7 mark there for Mikey. Another big 6 mark there for Chuck.
Looks like I'm gonna have to practice a lot more.
Yeah, the game's evolving into a whole nother world. just on the wire there. 6.0 playing 6.2. John, what do you think about that?
Well, that's in the old days that was like that, but not like that. One person had it. Wow, there he goes again. Another 9.
Yeah, another
Chucky.
another big fireball there from Chucky Pipes, pushing his average up to 6.5. Mikey shooting 6.2. So got some work to do here on the bullseyes. We'll see how he attacks this.
Sure, I give him the 5 bulls and he hits it, but he can't hit it now.
it's a little 3 bull there. Chucky 3 to win it. 3 to win this leg. And there it is. 2-1 lead for Mr. Chucky Pipes. You know, when I first started playing steel tip, and I first seen Chucky Pipes on a stream of some sort, I seen a post from David Fathom, and he called Chucky Pipes the best unknown player that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
And it was shortly after that he went on and won a Premier Cup and such on and such forth. And I'm like, man, oh man, this guy never misses a dart.
Yep. Nobody very knew Chuck. He didn't go to very many tournaments. He just was practicing a lot at home and local stuff, and then all of a sudden decided, hey, I'm going to go out. And he went out and got over by storm.
Taking it over by storm, he sure did. He's there's a big 160 in there for Chucky Pipes. Yeah, taking it over by storm, he did. He's got some CDC titles to his name. He's got some PDC appearances overseas. He's really taking the world by storm. All right, guys, give us one quick second here.
There's almost something there.
All right, we are back in business. A little technical difficulties, having some issues with the headphones here, but
I think I'm back up.
Mic check, mic check.
Now at 2-2.
All right, we are back again. Here we go. Yeah, we got a 2-2 match here. Mike Scarborough with 2 triples in the board. And there's big fireball. Chuck Puleo averaging 36.67 here to Mike Scarborough's 38.5. And we got a battle on our hands, buddy.
Going to be a good one here.
Yeah, I think both guys had a pretty okay week one. I think Scarborough had a rough draw, had Adam Savetta in round one. That's never an easy task. And then Chucky Pipes, if I remember correctly, had JC in round one. Played pretty good, but I think JC was able to come out on top, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, missed that one.
Cover shot there.
Mikey Scribble's just got to put up a trick shot up there to show us, and he'll hit it.
Yeah, he had a fidget spinner on the board. He'd be getting all kinds of triples.
He did get mad at me when I asked him how many it did take to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny. Yeah, he loves them. He loves them trick shots. Here we go. One big shot right here. Ooh. 125.
Leave himself an out.
Mr. Chuck Puleo leaving 96 here. Don't forget, Chucky's a movie star now. He's in the Darts movie, starring Mr. Jules Van Dongen as well. So that's pretty cool. Cool little tidbit for Chucky to be a part of that. Mike Scarborough leaves 57 there. Nice 135.
Didn't even know where there was a dart.
Yeah, they've been filming it for a little while. Oh, just on the wrong side of the wire.
Like he's got the shot.
57 for a 3-2 lead and a break of throw.
There it is.
It's a good shot by Mikey there. We talk about, I talk a lot about, advantages in darts, and you'll hear me say it a lot, but break of throws in this long format are so important. It's so hard to beat these guys against the throw numerous times in a row. So that's a big break. As far as I'm concerned, that's a big break for Mike Scarborough.
Especially coming over to cricket.
Correct. And we all know Mike has some cricket strategies that maybe others don't employ, right? So
you got the Dave Fathom strategy and you got the Mikey Scarborough one.
Absolutely. Starting off a little slow here. 3 mark for each of them. So we'll see how they respond.
The way Mikey's doing it's the way I would do it, old style. You'd go down to close, then go to points. Nowadays, everybody just goes for the 1080, and they never go for the close.
That's true. I've seen a lot more round outs than I've probably have in the past. But yeah, it's a lot more point centric now. So you're spot on with that.
You do what Mikey did. Now you go up, close the 18, then go for points, go for the next number. You got the lead.
Yeah, Mikey loves him some close first. He absolutely loves it.
Do that, it's hard to come back.
Yep, and there's another fireball for Mr. Scarborough. Another white horse on the board.
Well, if you're in the background.
Yeah, there's definitely some background noise going on over there.
That's a great shot by Mikey. Most people would have gone the trip 20 last start. I think is a total waste of dart, but
Yeah, especially having 3 banks on the board. Pop that bullseye one time and call it a day. Big hat trick there for Chucky. See Mikey can pop these 2 bullseyes and call this a win.
put a fidget in front of the double bull, he can hit it.
She sure would. As Mikey closes that out there to take a or did I miss a leg in there? 4-2. No, 4-2. 4-2. Mikey's up.
4-2.
And should be Chucky on the throw here. Playing some cricket again. Nice 7 mark there for Chuck. I think that's an underrated shot too. I think a lot of people rely so much on that triple 20, triple 20, triple 20. And I think if you hit that triple 20, triple 20, that third dart could probably go somewhere else to another bed.
If it's me, it'd be triple 20 bull.
I like that shot just as much. That's a good shot.
Take away the end of the game before it starts.
Yeah, only answering with a 2 mark there. Kind of get the vibe that Mikey might punish this one, or at least attempt to. Wouldn't surprise me if he took a stab at that 20 here. Yeah, that's a good shot by Mike, I think.
He definitely does old style.
But it works.
Works.
He does for sure. I agree 100%.
Bet you anything, Mikey will go to trip 18 first.
I'd go to
I'll go to 19 first, then 18.
Yeah, Mikey pops at 18.
Oh, he forces him to close or go square. So that's what he's doing. He's playing the force.
Yeah, he's I mean, Mikey's strategy is it's different from anything that I've ever played against, and but hey, it works for him, man. He hits a lot. Wins a lot. And another big 6 mark there for Mikey with the close.
He must be older than he looks.
Chuck delivering a 6 mark there. Give himself a little 12-point lead, modest 12-point lead. Wouldn't surprise me to see Mikey stab that 16. Shooting the double. Oh, back to the 19.
Mikey's making us talk a little bit more.
It definitely caught me off guard. I definitely was anticipating a 16 on that third dart.
I was the cameraman. I'd be all over that double 16.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Wow, I didn't expect Chucky to go that double 19. Match.
Yeah, that's a good shot from Mike. Mike and I got a chance to talk a little bit before this match, and he told me, he said, "Man, Chucky's got me a couple times. I'm out for blood today."
Definitely shooting like he's shooting good.
Yeah, Mikey shuts it down with a big trip
Wow.
15 single bull, double bull. That's a great shot. Shooting 5.43 in that leg. And there's a little distance between them. These are those breaks I was talking about. The double break is very tough, and he's on the double break right now. 5-2 score.
5-2, and he goes.
Yep, 5-2. Mikey's on throw. And again, as we're getting going, guys, my name is Mike Redmond. I'm here with Purple Punch Productions, and I'm here with John Gray, an Arizona darting legend, in the booth with me and hanging out for a match. As we watch Mike Scarborough up 5-2 on Chuck Puleo and just putting on a clinic right at this moment. See how the rest of this match plays out. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, and let's drive this viewership up. Let's see if we can't get to 100 viewers. Looks like we got about 60 right now across the platforms. See if we can't get to 100 and see how this day plays out. We're here for Arizona Premier League Week 2. Week 1 was obviously won by Mr. Adam Savetta, as Mikey delivers a big fireball. Absolutely. And we'll see how Week 2 plays out.
There's only one strategy in the 701 is get on and then choose your triple that you can hit the best.
Exactly. It's just a race to zero, right? However you get there is how you get there.
I used to shoot the triple 19s. People go, why? That's only 3 points difference. I mean, if that's what I choose to do, and I'm not that tall, so I like the bottom numbers like Carter.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sorry, Carter.
Yeah, you were a killer on them 19s. If I remember correctly, man, you didn't miss them things for anything.
I won the Austrian Open, and it was all on the 19s because that's all I shot because it didn't matter. I mean, the guy was shooting 1080s, and I was shooting 171s. So I was only 9 points off. First one to the out wins.
Yeah, you got some pretty historic wins. There's a gentleman on Facebook. I can't think of his name, but he posts a lot of like dart tournament. Bill? Is that his name? Bill. He posts a lot of those, and almost everything on the West Coast was. I see your name. I see Paul Lim. I see John Kramer. I see a lot of those names, but it's almost all your names on almost every single one I see.
That was the good old days when I could move. No. Back then, too, you got to remember, I played back then when the bullseye was a bullseye. A strategy back then is we didn't have single double bull. It was just one bullseye. When you played cricket, the shot was bull trip 20. Because if you come up, what are you going to do? You go hat trick, it takes all 3 yards to hit it. Well, it was a whole different world of difference back then.
And then when you
went on team darts, it was single, double, the triple's only 2 holes wide. You play on the international boards.
Yeah, those international boards those are different, right?
Oh yeah,
Mikey.
2 holes wide.
Mikey with a good look at 152 there, just outside, just inside on the wire. I apologize. Chucky teeing it up for 40. See what Mikey can do with this 16 here.
Mikey's definitely out for blood. Not missing. That brings it to a 6-2 win with a 36.89 win.
6-2 over Chuck Pipes. That's impressive. It's an impressive score line over a guy like Chuck Puleo, who just delivers big scores and wins all the time. 80 in for Chucky.
Where you can kind of give yourself a little bit of breather, but you don't want to give you that much of a breather. Not against these guys.
Yeah, not at this level. It's it's this level we were talking about earlier. This level you can't miss a whole lot. As Chucky delivers a big 180 there.
This point, if it was me, I just take this as I'm up 6-2. I'm going to just take a little breather this game and then come back the next game and crush because it's going to probably back to cricket.
Yeah, for sure. And you're back on throw, right? So I mean, you're off throw right now, but you're back on throw next game. So you just kind of play par for the course here. If you lose it, you know you're 6-3, but you come back on throw, you win on throw, and you're good to go. But I feel like Mikey also wants to shoot more than just 15 points per dart too.
Oh yeah.
Big 135 there.
You don't want Chucky on fire, and he's finding it a little bit here now.
Yeah, that's another big 180 there for Chuck. And like you said, you don't want to let him catch fire.
Chucky's the type of player that once he gets on a little bit of roll and he feels comfortable, he'll just roll right over you.
Yeah, I remember watching him win that Premier Cup. And when he won that Premier Cup, man, I was like, holy cow. I've never seen somebody throw so many 180s consecutively. It was pretty impressive to watch.
Chucky, if you're a slow player, that gets you sometimes because it slows you down. But if you're a fast player and he's a fast player, it's on his side.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that better myself. And he tees up 44 here. He's a 36 shooter, right? 8 for 36 here, or is he a top shooter? 4 for tops. Can't remember. He's a top shooter.
Side shooter.
Head shooter.
In the side pocket. That's a good shot there for Chucky.
3 now.
And I think if you're Mike Scarborough here, I think you're just kind of, you know, like I said, you're holding throw. You get to go first in cricket. You're playing really good cricket, so you just hold your throw and call this one a match. Good 6 mark to open there.
It is definitely a game of strategy and who has the better strategy. And you can't always play into their hand. That's the problem a lot of people do. They try to play into their hand. You just got to play your darts.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And with strategy being a thing, I mean, as you see Mike Scarborough going close first, he loves that strategy. That is a Mike Scarborough classic. For him to go close, open up a new number, and I mean that is a classic strategy for him.
Because if that was Fathom, he probably would have gone 18, 15, then back over to the 20, and it's just knocks your mind out. He tries to go, what is he doing? And then how they get you to.
Right, and as you said, I mean, he's, you know, Dave Fathom is so good at that strategy that before you know it, he goes 18, 15, you know, bull, and before you know it, you know, the whole board's closed and he might need 11 marks to win the game on points, but the whole board's closed and he's got 5 numbers. He's got plenty of time.
And it's amazing. He'll get you every time. I used to practice a lot with Dave. We go out and just practice during the day and learn his strategy a little bit. He never used to play as much that strategy against me on it because I don't think he wanted me to figure it out, but I know him and I played with him enough to realize it.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's definitely one of those really top notch. What a close by Mike Scarborough.
Mikey's definitely on fire for cricket.
Yeah, shooting. He's 57 points ahead right now. Shooting 6.25 against Chuck Puleo, who's still averaging 5.0, and that's nothing to sneeze at by any stretch of the imagination.
Chucky shot kind of fast that time. That's unusual for Chucky.
Yeah, Mikey tees it up for 2 bulls when he comes back, but like we talked about earlier, it's when you lose off your throw and you just come back, you're up 4 games and you just come back and hold your throw, and force the hand of your opponent.
Oh, 7-3.
Yeah, Mikey pins the double and cleans it up, 5.81. Mikey dominating performance so far. This is an impressive Mike Scarborough that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
He definitely looks more on a mission now than he did last week 1. However, Chuck Puleo
Kentucky.
coming out with a big old 9 mark. Big fireball there for Chuck Puleo.
One thing about Chucky is he doesn't get rattled. I've known him for a long time, and some players get rattled as soon as something happens or does. Chucky just gets more on fire and just thinks about it more and just digs in more.
Yeah, he definitely has a demeanor about him for sure that you can see. Even on the big stage when he played on the PDC and he was on the World Cup teams, like even on those teams, you can tell he holds himself really well. And like you said, he does not get rattled. There's not much that rattles him. He plows in another 5 mark here, and this appears to be another one of those games where Mikey's just kind of, let's get on to the next one and see what happens.
Mikey's gonna relax and just pound a few 9 marks and see what happens, and hope Chucky messes up and then tries to come back and close all his crazy numbers out and see what happens.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. As I said, Mikey's going to kind of mail this one in. He goes up and drills a 9 mark.
Wouldn't surprise me. Mikey goes trip 21st, but the shot is 17, but we'll see. All right.
Yeah, I kind of seen that after he hit the triple 17, I was like, oh, he's going to kill that 19. He's got it, because there's an X on it already. Yep. And then he'll go back to the 17. That's about what I figured. Chucky with the close on the 17. Triple 20 there. Another triple 20. What a big shot from Chuck. Big 7 mark. Big time for that.
He changed around that time. Instead of going point first, he decided, I'm going to close that crap down and go on.
Right. And I mean, man, we talked about it earlier, is you do not look at Mike. He's throwing the 20.
It's hard to commentate when you don't know where they're going.
Yeah, for sure. And we talked about it earlier, man. You never know, like you never want anybody. There's a big fireball from Chucky Pipes, putting 108 points and going up by almost 200. And you never want to let a guy like Chuck get rolling, right? You never want to let him get any confidence. And Mikey hits a 2 mark there.
I like to commentate a 3-thing match with Saddam, Chucky, and Mikey. That'd be a very interesting one.
Look at this. What a shot from Chuck. 6.83. What a shot from Mr. Puleo.
Wouldn't surprise me, though. Mikey kind of relaxed a little bit towards that, and he's going to come back. Good, thanks.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things, right? You're up 4 legs, and you're against the throw. He wins it, and now you're back on throw. You start 160, and we're off and running, right?
I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was cricket. I'm like, what's Mikey going for the double for? I would expect it, but
yeah, that's the new Mike Scarborough strategy.
I noticed Chucky has been doing really good in cricket. He still has been averaging high in 501, but he's a little bit lower, and this is where Mikey has been taken advantage of, is in the 501.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And I would think as a predominant steel tip player, Chucky would be a little bit better in 01. He would have a little bit more of an advantage there. But as we see, I mean, Mike Scarborough is just, he's on fire. He's playing really well.
difference that I've always found out in 501 and cricket is cricket, you have to be on the triples. So you're more to hit them. In 501, you kind of say, oh, I can come close to the triple. And if you're still in the 20, you're okay. And that's what's kind of killing Chucky a little right here. He's just off by like a hair.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, we don't want to. He doesn't want to. Mike does not want to give Chucky any confidence
No.
because you can be missing by a hair in 1 minute, and before you know it, you got 360 points on the board in 2 turns. So
Just like now, he's back on that roll again. He goes up and down on that roll.
yeah, Mikey averaging 43.67 here on throw too. That's really tough. That's tough to beat.
Here's where you're
Here's where you're going to see Chucky come up and hit no less than a 140 on his shot, I bet.
You called it, my man. Triple 20, triple 20. That's a fireball if I've ever seen one. Timing is everything, right? That's a big time for a 180 right there from Mr. Puleo. Yeah, it's a good switch there from Mikey. Going 18 there to leave him finish. Chucky with another one. Oh, another one there would have left 16. Slides into the 5 to leave 71. 114 here. Big shot right here. A lot of pressure on that 114.
Ooh.
Oh, he missed the big number. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself in the butt for that one.
You don't want to give Chucky these chances.
Yeah, 71 seems like a trip 13, double 16 type of shot for Chucky. I feel like this is kind of right in his wheelhouse. Ooh, just a little low. So Mike Scarborough here, 40 to push this to 8-4.
He does.
And now we see Chucky back against the wall. Got to win 5 straight. See what happens here. Yeah, it's a big shot from Chuck coming in 160 there. See how Mike responds here. See if this is another kind of mail it in leg or if he's going to put in a big shot. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're up 8-4.
Chucky knows.
Chucky knows, and he's going to try to nail it.
Yeah, I mean, you come in 160, come back 140, 300 points in 2 turns. Sitting pretty good right now.
On for Mike, finally.
Yeah, hitting the 115 to come in.
Oh, Chucky's averaging 50.
This is the Chucky pipes that I've seen, that I watched in the Premier Cup, things like that. There's a big fireball from Mr. Scarborough, popping in a 180, brings his total down to 406. Playing Chucky's 266.
Well, Chucky's letting up a little. He's only doing a 44.58 now.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised he didn't switch down to leave himself a finish there. But I guess with Mike back on 406, he probably was thinking, more future, trying to tee this up to 40 or 36 or whatever he's going to choose.
Get her down. Get her down and out. Definitely a double 20, man.
For sure. Yeah, definitely see that him teeing up 40 here. Mike needs a big shot to leave it out here.
The double bull on. Mikey went got you 20 that last start. He could have left himself.
Yeah, we're split bullet. Big shot there from Chuck. 41.24. All right. And here we go. Back against the wall, against the throw.
Back to cricket. That's a hard thing. Mikey go first in cricket, being up 8-5. Only a good shot. 7 mark. Mikey.
Yeah, five's a good answer there. Mikey's definitely going to be trying to close that 19, put this game away early.
He played it safe on that one. He saved that with a triple on his last start, but Mikey should go trip 18 first.
Yeah, popped that 21.
So Mikey's definitely out for blood.
Yeah, he told me he was.
He smells that blood. Very hard too, because you don't want to tell Chucky, he's not letting up, but it kind of knocks the steel out of you when you're down 140 points and you need a 9 mark and you miss the first start. It's kind of no matter who you are, that just happens.
Yeah, for sure, and I'm sure knowing that Mikey can just kind of go single, and the day's over for Chuck. So it's I'm sure there's some frustration there as well. Hey, pops at 20.
Anything can happen. It usually happens to me. No. I'm gonna have to remind Mikey about this because when I played with him and he needed double 16, he couldn't hit it worth a crap, and now he's hitting it every shot.
Yeah, it was interesting. He elected to skip over the 15 and go right to the bull.
He wants to close it out and get it done. Surprised me go bull trip 15 here. Oh.
See what he chooses to do here. I'd probably elect for the bullseye, but
on that last one, I would have just went for the close. Gone for the close and just try to snuck it in there. Now Chucky has a chance here.
Yeah, and as you said, anything can happen in darts, right? One more triple.
Oh. I have the feeling if I know Mikey and he's out for blood, he's going to go trip 5 single bull.
Bullseye for the win.
That's it. Good shot, guys. Good shot, Mikey.
Yeah, and that wraps it up. 9-5. Mr. Scarborough taking a big win here. Yeah, what a match, man. What a match. Mikey finishing up 4.43. We'll get the board punched out. We'll get some stats up for you. And John, I appreciate you sitting in with me, man. I appreciate you hanging out for a match, sharing some stories about Mikey and about Mike Bates and all that other good stuff. And hope to see you back on the scene soon.
Thank you for
Thank you for
me.
having me.